Imagine facing a version of yourself, a person who mirrors every facial expression, every gesture of yours, but is a complete stranger. This moment would undoubtedly be both strange and captivating. How would you feel discovering that another version of you exists in the world, living a completely separate life with no connection to you? Would you be astonished, skeptical, or even excited to meet someone who looks exactly like you, like a doppelganger? For some of the most famous black celebrities, this strange experience has become a reality. Imagine the astonishment, disbelief, and even delight when they meet people who look exactly like them with identical features and gestures. You might feel excited by this uncanny coincidence, or perhaps unsettled and curious, wanting to uncover the story behind this strange resemblance. Join us as we explore these jaw-dropping encounters where the resemblance not only confuses but also creates unexpected and fascinating emotions. If you found this video interesting, leave a comment with the number 1. If not, leave a comment with the number 0. Don't forget to hit the like button, share the video, and leave your thoughts in the comments below. Be sure to subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any other exciting videos. Now let's dive into the story. Before history would come to call his name in June 2006, on the remote island of Boa Vista, Cape Verde, a rising but relatively unknown senator named Barack Obama sought a brief escape from the pressures of political life. Facing increasing tension in his career, he decided to take a retreat to the sparsely populated island, hoping to find inspiration and peace from nature. It was an opportunity for him to relax away from the spotlight and the crowds that constantly surrounded him. However, upon his arrival, he encountered a strange event that even he couldn't explain. At the meeting point for the tour, Obama was taken aback when the tour guide turned out to be a local man named Jose Ola. What shocked Obama and the other members of the tour group was the uncanny resemblance between him and Jose. This man wasn't just any ordinary guide, he was a near-perfect mirror image of Obama. The similarity between them was hard to believe, from their smile gestures to the way they stood, how they looked at the crowd, and even their eyes. They were identical to Obama's. In that moment, Obama was speechless, feeling as though he was looking at a version of himself standing right before him. Around him, the other tourists began whispering their astonishment, clearly written on their faces. Everyone was taken aback by this strange coincidence. With a warm, confident voice, Jose began guiding the group through the interwoven old villages, sharing fascinating stories about the rich history and culture of Cape Verde. However, throughout the tour, Obama couldn't shake the feeling that Jose's gaze was constantly directed towards him, a mix of curiosity and unease rising within him. Every time Obama met Jose's eyes, he couldn't help but feel as if he was looking at himself from a different angle. As the tour came to an end, Jose shook hands with each of the tourists, his friendly demeanor and unwavering smile remaining the same. When it was Obama's turn, Jose smiled knowingly and said, "Not every day do you meet someone who could be your twin." Obama couldn't help but chuckle, returning the handshake, but deep down something strange lingered in his chest. As he walked away, he couldn't shake the uncanny feeling that still resided within him. Back in the United States, Obama shared this surreal encounter with his close friends. They found it to be an interesting story, a mere coincidence, but to Obama it felt like something beyond explanation. Two years later, in 2008, Barack Obama was elected as the 44th President of the United States. Once again, the world turned its attention to him, and Obama became one of the most recognizable faces globally. Meanwhile, in Cape Verde, Jose Ola found himself suddenly thrust into the spotlight. Obama's face had now become one of the most famous in the world, and both locals and tourists began noticing the strange resemblance between Jose and the newly elected U.S. president. The media quickly dubbed him Obama's doppelganger in Cape Verde, and rumors even circulated that Obama had once considered using Jose as a stand-in for some public events. As community events took place, Jose began to receive special attention. President Obama's hectic schedule didn't allow him to attend many events, and meanwhile, Jose found it amusing to receive attention from tourists. However, it didn't take long for his life to change. Tourist groups flocked to Cape Verde just to meet the other Obama. Although the two men never met again, Jose Ola became an inseparable part of the story of the first black president of the United States. Jose not only became a part of modern legend, but also a testament to the strange coincidences in history. Though he never met Barack Obama again, Jose became linked to a significant story, forever becoming a part of history when the man in Cape Verde became the unforgettable doppelganger of the U.S. president, marking a strange and impressive moment in the lives of both men. In November 2017, on the set of The Nutcracker and the Four Realms in Los Angeles, Hollywood legend Morgan Freeman entered the stage with his trademark calm demeanor and commanding presence, something few could match. The film crew was busy preparing for a complex scene that required the enchanting interaction of light and mist, creating a magical atmosphere where every detail needed to be perfect. A stand-in had been hired to help set up the scene, ensuring everything went according to plan, before Freeman himself stepped onto the stage. However, when Morgan entered the backstage area, he suddenly stopped astonished to see a man who looked so familiar it was almost unbelievable. The man had an uncanny appearance, an almost perfect replica of Morgan Freeman. His sharp eyes, charming yet subtle smile, and calm, authoritative demeanor, all of these traits made Morgan stop in his tracks and take a moment to process what he was seeing. He looked like a reflection of Morgan in a mirror. The only noticeable difference was the man's hair, which was styled in an intricate braid. This small detail could easily be adjusted with a wig, but it made a clear distinction. However, overall, the man was the spitting image of Morgan, and it was impossible not to think that they were doppelgangers of each other. The man was not just any random extra. He was a professional actor, model, and voice artist from the UK, specially selected by the film crew to stand in for Morgan in scenes that involved complex lighting and difficult setups. Freeman, after observing this man for a moment, couldn't suppress his curiosity. He stepped closer with a smile, trying to maintain his composure. The stand-in, noticing Morgan's attention, stepped forward and greeted him politely. Freeman stood still, his eyes squinting in curiosity and a bit of confusion, then suddenly burst out laughing. "Oh my God, I don't know whether to be proud or embarrassed," Morgan said, shaking his head clearly in disbelief at the strange coincidence. The stand-in chuckled, explaining that it was his remarkable resemblance to Freeman that had landed him many jobs in the entertainment industry over the years. However, despite the humor of the situation, Morgan, known for his extremely high standards in his work, was not entirely convinced. With confidence, he issued an unexpected challenge. "If you're going to stand in for me, let's see if you can be me. Try this scene right now, but don't lose the essence of Morgan Freeman." Immediately, the stand-in stepped onto the stage without hesitation. As soon as he spoke, the entire film crew fell silent, as if wanting to catch every word. His deep voice, steady rhythm, and effortless charm left everyone stunned. It felt as though there were two Morgan Freemans in the room. Even the legendary Morgan Freeman couldn't help but feel a sense of awe at how closely the stand-in mirrored his style and presence. In fact, a strange moment occurred when everyone on set felt the presence of both men as entirely natural, even though in reality, there was only one Morgan Freeman. At the end of the day, when the two men sat down to chat, Morgan realized something noteworthy. This man was not just a perfect lookalike of him. He also shared a deep professionalism and a passionate dedication to the craft of acting. They conversed like true colleagues, exchanging thoughts and feelings about their acting careers. Surely, if the audience were to see them together, they would be left in awe, unable to distinguish one from the other. Morgan and the stand-in laughed as they imagined how the audience would react if they saw both of them standing side by side. It was a moment of uncanny connection and shared understanding that made them both appreciate the surreal situation even more. The rumors about the Morgan Freeman lookalike quickly spread, and this made the stand-in a prominent name sought after in Hollywood. He became known as the doppelganger of Morgan Freeman, and his fame rapidly grew, becoming an integral part of the story behind the Freeman legend. This phenomenon also served as a vivid reminder that even legends in the film industry can sometimes encounter their own reflection in the most unexpected places, creating strange yet meaningful situations in their lives and careers. It was a reminder that the world of entertainment is full of surprising connections and coincidences that leave lasting impressions. In May 2015, during a special episode of Family Feud in Atlanta, Georgia, Steve Harvey experienced a surreal moment that left the audience completely shocked and unforgettable. The legendary host, known for his quick-wit charm and sharp humor, was preparing for a memorable showdown between two unique families, the Harvey family, which included some of his own relatives, and the Johnson family. However, it was a member of the Johnson family who made this episode truly unforgettable. When James Johnson stepped onto the stage, Steve Harvey nearly dropped his jaw as he looked at the man standing before him. Before him stood a man who looked exactly like him, the same smooth brown skin, the signature mustache, and the warm, infectious smile. The resemblance between the two was so striking that both Steve and those around him were left speechless, unable to believe their eyes. Whispers and murmurs of disbelief quickly spread through the crowd. The audience couldn't fathom what they had just witnessed, and it was a humorous moment that no one could forget. Steve, known for his lively personality and ability to lead situations with charm, walked up to James, unable to resist making a joke. "Hey man, I didn't know I had a long-lost twin, but if I did, it's definitely you." The audience erupted in laughter, not only because of Steve's humor, but also due to the surreal doppelganger moment unfolding right before their eyes. Surely not everyone gets to meet someone who looks exactly like them, especially on a famous show like Family Feud. The episode continued, and James and Steve put on a performance that had everyone laughing hysterically. Not only because they looked alike, but also because their style, timing, and ability to engage the audience were strangely similar. Their witty jokes and natural chemistry made the atmosphere on stage incredibly relaxed and fun. Their personalities and charm, as well as their ability to lead the conversation, had the audience in stitches. Their performance became an unforgettable part of the episode, which is why fans had such a memorable experience watching it. As the show concluded, fans quickly took to social media to share their astonishment and express their excitement about this special moment. After the episode aired, Steve shared the encounter with his followers on Instagram. "Today I met a long-lost twin I never knew I had. James Johnson. This man looks exactly like me. What an incredible experience." The story quickly went viral across social media platforms, especially within the Black community, sparking endless conversations and jokes about this strange coincidence. Fans couldn't stop discussing whether there really was someone who looked exactly like Steve in real life. and the story became a popular topic in online conversations and memes. Although James Johnson was not actually Steve's twin brother on that special night on Family Feud, he became Steve Harvey's doppelganger in the eyes of the audience. The striking resemblance between them made not only Steve but also the viewers wonder if this was simply a fantastic coincidence or some sort of cosmic magic. Their story garnered strong attention and became an unforgettable moment in the history of the show, etched in the minds of fans as a humorous and surreal experience. With his growing popularity, James Johnson became a name to watch and even a social media phenomenon. The online community couldn't stop discussing and creating jokes about this coincidence. While James might not be Steve's actual twin, that encounter made him an integral part of the story surrounding the legendary host. It also served as a vivid reminder that in life, we can sometimes encounter people who look exactly like us in the most unexpected places, turning those moments into unforgettable and unique memories. In June 2024, on the set of Beverly Hills Cop Axel F. in Los Angeles, Eddie Murphy experienced a surreal moment that felt like it had stepped straight out of a movie. The legendary actor, renowned for his acting talent and ability to create unique characters, once again stepped into the role of Detective Axel Foley, preparing for a tense rooftop scene where he would have to perform some daring stunts. The film crew meticulously set up the equipment for this scene, where perfection and precision were absolutely crucial. In such a risky scene, a stunt double was required to replace Eddie for the dangerous parts, but something unexpected happened when Eddie saw his stand-in. As he stood near the preparation area, his eyes widened in surprise, slightly bewildered by the bizarre coincidence, because the man before him looked so much like him that it was hard to believe. The stunt double, a young man with an identical appearance to Eddie, with smooth brown skin, the signature mustache, and the warm, infectious smile, confidently stepped onto the stage and extended his hand. Everyone on set stopped and stared at the two men who looked almost unbelievably alike. At that moment, Eddie couldn't help but laugh and shake his head, unable to believe his eyes. He looked at the stunt double and joked, "Man, I've heard people say I have a long-lost twin, but I never thought someone could look this much like me." The crowd around them couldn't stop laughing at the bizarre and humorous situation. However, the stunt double was unfazed. On the contrary, he grinned widely and joked, "Maybe we should do a DNA test." The entire film crew burst into laughter at the humor and confidence of the stunt double. Eddie couldn't stop laughing either, but he waved his hand to signal the crew to continue filming. Despite the tense rooftop scene where he had to perform some risky stunts, Eddie couldn't keep his eyes off his stunt double. The man moved quickly and confidently, presenting a more energetic and youthful version of Eddie himself. The stunt double's movements were natural and decisive, making Eddie feel as though he was seeing a more powerful, lively version of himself. It was a surreal experience, seeing someone so perfectly reflect his own presence and energy. When the scene wrapped up, Eddie walked over to the stunt double, still smiling widely, but this time with newfound respect and admiration. "I've always been a little cautious about having someone else stand in for me," he admitted with a half smile. "But today I have to say, you're one of the best I've ever seen." These words weren't just a recognition of the uncanny resemblance, but also an acknowledgement of the stunt double's talent, someone who not only looked like Eddie, but also delivered a perfect performance. The two shared a genuine moment, talking about their careers, lives, and the countless times they'd been compared to others. The stories they exchanged and their laughter echoed across the set, turning a tense day of filming into a joyful and unforgettable memory. It was a reminder of the bond that can form through shared experiences and how a moment of unexpected connection can make even the toughest days feel light and meaningful. Although James Johnson was not actually Eddie's twin brother on that special night on Beverly Hills Cop Axel F., he made the entire film crew and audience believe they were seeing an incredible doppelganger of Eddie. The uncanny resemblance between them not only made Eddie laugh, but also made him realize that sometimes in life we may encounter people who look exactly like us in strange and unexpected ways. This story also served as a reminder that even major stars like Eddie Murphy can face the unexpected, making them reflect more deeply on themselves and their careers. This encounter was not just a humorous moment, but also a human story about connection, respect, and surprises in one's career. Eddie Murphy, despite being a legend in the film industry, witnessed a moment he would never forget, where he not only faced a doppelganger of himself, but was also reminded that both career and life are filled with unpredictable, miraculous moments. In June 2024, at Cedars-Sinai Hospital in Los Angeles, Will Smith experienced an unexpected moment that he could never have anticipated, and this mix-up quickly became a story neither he nor his fans would ever forget. Will Smith, one of the most famous stars in Hollywood, had gone to the hospital for a routine health checkup, specifically for a dental exam. After the initial consultation, he was directed for a routine dental X-ray. Calm and composed, Will sat in the waiting room, unaware that a strange event was about to unfold right within the hospital. While Will was relaxing and waiting for his test results in another part of the hospital, a man named Shad Ellis, 43, from Bedfordshire, was present for a stomach endoscopy due to persistent abdominal pain. Shad was no stranger to being mistaken for Will Smith, especially at public events. He had spent 25 years performing at clubs, weddings, and corporate events as a Will Smith lookalike. However, today the confusion between the two would go beyond anything Shad had ever experienced before leading to an unforgettable story. As two nurses stepped out of their respective clinics, one carrying Will's dental X-ray and the other carrying Shad's stomach endoscopy results, they were supposed to exchange documents between the corresponding patients. However, in an unexpected moment, they accidentally swapped the files, leading to a bizarre mix-up. With the uncanny resemblance between Will and Shad, the confusion was almost inevitable. When Will received the paper in his hand and looked at the results, he glanced at it and furrowed his brows in confusion, muttering, "Stomach range, but I'm just here for a dental checkup." Will quickly scanned the paper again and saw the name Shad Ellis on the results. A look of disbelief spread across his face, and he quickly walked up to the front desk to clarify the situation. At the same time, in another part of the hospital, Shad was sitting and reviewing his own results. He saw the name Will Smith on the paper and raised an eyebrow, feeling puzzled and surprised. "That's strange. I'm here for a stomach endoscopy. Why does this say Will Smith on the results?" Shad quickly made his way to the front desk to clarify the situation, and at that very moment, fate had arranged for the two men to cross paths. They stopped in their tracks, staring at each other as if looking into a mirror. Will was the first to speak, still confused and laughing awkwardly. "Don't tell me this stomach endoscopy is yours?" Shad glanced at his own results and chuckled. "Well, this X-ray is definitely yours. I never expected to meet you like this." The two exchanged their results and burst into laughter at the absurdity of the situation. The more they talked, the more they realized the strange similarities between them, from their appearance to the uncanny coincidences in their careers. Will discovered that Shad had even been hired as a stand-in for a project in early 2022, although a busy schedule had prevented Will from participating directly. In fact, Shad had even worked on a few projects where Will Smith was the producer, but scheduling conflicts had kept Will from being present for the shoots. In the end, as their encounter came to a close, the two men shook hands warmly and left the hospital, each carrying with them an unforgettable story to share with friends, family, and fans. Their story quickly spread across social media, becoming a hot topic, especially among those who admired Will Smith and his career. Though the mix-up was humorous and strange, it created a unique connection between two men from different worlds, united by a miraculous coincidence they could have never imagined. On November 19, 2023, at the Staples Center in Los Angeles, a long-standing rumor was finally put to rest after an unexpected situation that involved both Don Cheadle and Freddie Gibbs, making these two celebrities the center of attention in a humorous and surprising moment. This event was not only a funny moment, but also a way for both artists to overcome the long-standing rumors and teasing about their strange resemblance to each other. That day, a Los Angeles Lakers game was taking place, and both Don Cheadle, the Hollywood star famous for his roles in Iron Man and Hotel Rwanda, and rapper Freddie Gibbs were in attendance. Don Cheadle was walking out of the VIP area when not far away, rapper Freddie Gibbs was casually chatting with his friends. While nothing special was happening, the crowd around them couldn't help but look at them with curiosity and surprise. The striking resemblance between these two men had been a hot topic for years, and public attention never seemed to fade. However, that night, a mix-up reignited the buzz about their resemblance once again. A game show broadcast accidentally mistook Gibbs for Don Cheadle. This identity mix-up sparked a wave of speculation and teasing from both fans and the media. Stories about their uncanny similarity continued to spread, adding to the public's intrigue. Rather than letting the confusion continue to grow and create more doubt, Freddie Gibbs decided to put an end to it once and for all. With his straightforward personality and trademark humor, Gibbs decided to film a short video right at the arena to clear up any confusion. When Don Cheadle heard about the incident, he didn't waste any time joining in to help set the record straight. The video was soon shared widely on the social media platform X, formerly Twitter, quickly going viral and attracting millions of views within just a few hours. In the video, Gibbs began with a playful and humorous introduction. "All right, everyone, this is Don Cheadle. I'm Freddie Gibbs. We're not the same person." Cheadle, with his trademark humor, nodded in agreement and made a witty comment that had both of them laughing. They even had to clarify that throughout the game they had sat in completely different sections, with Cheadle in the VIP area and Gibbs in another part of the stadium completely unrelated to the broadcasting mix-up. The video ended with a friendly hug and a cheerful exchange between the two men, sparking cheers from the crowd around them. Everyone who witnessed the moment felt excited and couldn't stop laughing at the surreal and humorous situation. Shortly after, the video became a viral sensation on social media, capturing the attention of millions and quickly becoming one of the most talked about topics. The event not only took social media by storm, but also had fans excitedly sharing humorous comments. Some joked, "Finally, the Hollywood twins have cleared things up." Another added, "I refuse to believe they're two different people." These playful remarks spread quickly, creating a fun and lively atmosphere within the fan community, turning the story into one of the funniest moments of the year. Not stopping there, a few days after the incident, Don Cheadle brought up the mix-up on a talk show, making the story even more entertaining. He laughed and said, It's funny being mistaken for a rapper like Freddie. That just made the whole thing more interesting. But let's be clear, I can't rap. Cheadle's humor only added to the fans' delight. Shortly afterward, Gibbs couldn't resist the chance to reply in a humorous and cheeky manner on X. "Thanks, Uncle Don, but I'm sure I don't want to star in Hotel Rwanda. I'm still young and just..." This playful and provocative response from Gibbs made the online community laugh out loud once again, and the exchange between the two became a lively topic of discussion in online conversations. Although the initial mix-up might have caused some confusion, it ultimately became a great story, not only because of the humor, but also because of how Don Cheadle and Freddie Gibbs handled the situation in such a lighthearted way. This also demonstrates that sometimes strange coincidences and unexpected moments can create interesting and memorable stories in the entertainment world. It reminded fans that even the most unexpected situations can lead to laughter and new connections. On a chilly afternoon in March 2018, Queen Latifah, with her passion for culture and the arts, happened to step into a small bookstore in Brooklyn, New York. She was searching for classic works of literature books that could touch her heart and mind. As she scanned the shelves, one book suddenly caught her attention. Their Eyes Were Watching God, by Zora Neale Hurston. The story by Hurston, with its cover featuring a striking portrait of the author herself, depicted a woman with sharp eyes, a radiant smile, and a powerful, confident expression. When Latifah saw that portrait, she stopped frozen in place as if looking into a mirror reflecting herself. The strange feeling washed over her, as the resemblance between her and Zora was uncanny from their appearance, to the confident gaze and the underlying strength in Zora's smile. Unable to contain her curiosity, she immediately purchased the book without a second thought. When she got home, Latifah eagerly flipped through the pages. The powerful story of Their Eyes Were Watching God instantly captivated her, and she felt a deep connection with the work. However, what truly grabbed her attention was the portrait of Zora Neale Hurston at the end of the book. Zora's gaze in the photo seemed to pierce through time, as if whispering to her, saying, "We are connected." Latifah felt a strong sense of curiosity and decided to delve deeper into Zora's life and career. Latifah began to research Zora Neale Hurston, and she discovered that Hurston was a pioneering writer of the Harlem Renaissance, as well as an influential figure in American literature. Zora had lived in Eatonville, Florida, and made significant contributions to African American literature. As Latifah delved deeper, she found that not only was there a striking physical resemblance between her and Zora, but there was also a profound spiritual connection and shared artistic ambition. Both women were strong, resilient, and possessed a unique artistic vision with a desire to change the world around them. Latifah's curiosity led her to the Zora Neale Hurston Museum in Eatonville. She decided to visit the place to learn more about Zora's life and to view her works. Upon entering the main exhibit hall, Latifah was astonished to see a large, vivid portrait of Zora. She stood frozen, staring at the painting, and a strange feeling washed over her. For a moment, she couldn't find the words, as it felt like she was looking into a portrait of herself, as if she and Zora were connected by some invisible thread. Latifah couldn't help but exclaim, "Oh my God, is that me or her?" A museum staff member standing nearby heard Latifah's words and smiled knowingly. The staff member replied, "It's fascinating, isn't it? Zora was truly something special, but I believe she would be delighted to know that someone in the 21st century looks so much like her." These words made Latifah feel an even deeper connection to Zora. She couldn't quite believe what she was feeling, but at the same time she realized that she was standing in a space where Zora had once lived, written, and created. The sensation was powerful not just in terms of their physical resemblance, but also the parallels in their lives' thoughts and the way they viewed the world. The story of this uncanny resemblance not only captured the attention of fans, but also sparked a strong wave of emotion within the literary and artistic communities. Many began to wonder if Latifah's career could take a new direction, particularly if she were to portray Zora Neale Hurston in a biographical film. The deep empathy Latifah felt for Zora, along with the striking similarities between the two, made this idea seem very plausible and worth considering. On the morning of May 10, 2013, Jay-Z entered a familiar space at the New York Public Library, a place he had frequented many times in Manhattan. He often came here to search for books on music, culture, and history. His plan was simple: flip through a few books, absorb new information, and find inspiration for his music projects. However, today, fate led him to an unexpected event, a strange moment that would change the way he viewed the connection between the past and the present. As Jay-Z walked into the Schamberg Center for African American Culture within the library, his eyes happened to catch a large screen displaying a black and white photograph. The image captured a group of young people standing on a sidewalk in Harlem in 1939, dressed in vintage clothing with solemn expressions, as if those moments were frozen in time. However, among the group, there was one particular figure that made Jay-Z stop in his tracks, as if drawn by an invisible force. The man in the photograph looked exactly like Jay-Z, from the face, the smile, to the posture, and the confidence radiating from him. The uncanny resemblance between him and this figure made Jay-Z freeze, unable to take his eyes off the photo. In that moment, he truly felt as if he were looking at a reflection of himself from a past life. This strange connection left him bewildered, unable to believe his eyes. Just for a moment, but Jay-Z felt as if he had pierced through a layer of time, arriving at a place he never imagined he would meet his own past self. Sylvan A. Juff, the manager overseeing the digital collections at the library, stood next to Jay-Z and observed his reaction with a knowing smile. "Do you see it?" she asked. Jay-Z didn't respond right away, instead continuing to stare intently at the photograph. It was as though he was standing between two worlds, the past and the present, a strange feeling rising within him. "I still can't believe it," he muttered, still looking at the photo as if he were facing a mirror reflection of himself from decades ago. A soft chuckle escaped him, but his expression remained pensive, as if confronting an unsolved question. "This can't just be a coincidence," he whispered. The feeling was unlike anything he had experienced before. It was a moment that made him pause, prompting him to reflect on a connection between himself and the man in the photograph. Something deeper, something he couldn't quite explain. Jay-Z stepped closer, his eyes locked on the man in the photograph. His mind raced with thousands of questions. Who is this person? What was his life like? How could this strange resemblance even exist? How could there be such a coincidence between a modern-day hip-hop star and a young man from Harlem in the 1930s? What if this is another version of me? He whispered, his voice lingering in the air like a question that had no answer. As Jay-Z stood silently staring at the photograph, others in the library began to notice the uncanny resemblance. They gathered around, drawn to the photo and the striking similarity between Jay-Z and the man in the image. Whispers and speculation filled the room. Some people quickly took screenshots to share online. Theories about time travel, lost relatives, or even untold stories from the past began to spread rapidly. It was as if the moment had sparked a flurry of intrigue, turning the simple act of looking at a photo into something far more mysterious and captivating. Immediately, the story went viral on social media. Within minutes, the New York Public Library became the focal point for millions of people. Fans and Jay-Z enthusiasts couldn't stop commenting on the strange coincidence. Some jokingly said, "Jay-Z is a time traveler," while others speculated that this was a sign of an eternal connection between generations. The jokes online, the theories about time travel, and the connection between the past and present only fueled the excitement, making the atmosphere even more thrilling and full of intrigue. With his curiosity and sharp intellect, Jay-Z continued to ponder the photograph and the questions it raised within him. While he couldn't find an answer to whether the man in the photo was a version of himself from the past, what mattered was the sense of connection he felt. This feeling didn't just stem from the physical resemblance, but from the similarities in what he and the man might have experienced. It was a link between the past and the present, between individuals who might have lived in different eras but shared profound commonalities in their essence and dreams. When asked about the incident, Jay-Z shared the story with his fans on social media. He admitted that he felt truly special witnessing this uncanny resemblance. However, Jay-Z also made sure to emphasize that while this was an intriguing event, what mattered most was the connection between generations, the untold stories and the memories that have been buried over time. "I may never know who the man in this photo is," Jay-Z wrote, "but what's certain is that every story is connected no matter how much time has passed." The story of this strange photograph became one of the most talked about topics within Jay-Z's fan community and the broader hip-hop culture. It wasn't just a coincidence in appearance, it also symbolized the eternal connection between the past and the present, between those who have passed through time and those who are continuing to write their own stories. This photograph was not just a riddle about the uncanny resemblance, but also a reminder of the connections we share, not only through time, but also through shared experiences and common dreams. As people continued to discuss the photo and the incredible coincidence, Jay-Z still held an indescribable feeling in his heart. He couldn't help but feel that a part of him had been connected to the past in a way he couldn't explain. And even though the story remained a mystery, it had opened up a journey of discovery about the wonders and connections between generations. If you enjoyed this video and want to learn more, don't forget to like, share, and leave your thoughts in the comments below. Make sure to subscribe to the channel so you won't miss any exciting videos in the future. Now let's continue the story together. Drake, a global hip-hop icon, has not only dominated the music industry, but has also built a personal empire full of allure. Over the past decade, he has continuously reached significant milestones in his career, from hit albums like Nothing Was the Same and Take Care to incredibly successful music releases that consistently top the charts and become cultural phenomena. But it's not just his musical talent that sets him apart. Drake has solidified his influence through his unique personal style, confidence, and deep storytelling ability in his music. This has made him beloved and admired not only by his fans, but also by fellow artists and major brands. In addition, Drake stands out with a strong persona that he has carefully built throughout his career. He's not just a rap star, but a major cultural figure with creative products that always make waves and set new trends. The stories he tells through his music, especially the personal ones about life, love, and his career, are deeply connected to his authentic and self-reflective style, which makes listeners feel a strong sense of closeness. This has allowed Drake to dominate both the music industry and the entertainment market, from music and fashion to brand collaborations. However, in October 2021, an unexpected event occurred that disrupted the peace Drake had built over the years. A 22-year-old man named Izzy, a native of Toronto, attracted attention on social media and in the music industry when he appeared under the moniker Fake Drake. Izzy, a young artist who had built his career by mimicking Drake's style, and music became the subject of every conversation after performing alongside Lil Wayne and Tory Lanez. During this performance, Izzy exhibited a style almost identical to Drake's, from his clothing and hairstyle to his gestures and expressions, leading many people to mistake him for the rap superstar. The situation escalated when a video of Izzy's performance went viral on social media. The video quickly garnered attention from fans, and most notably, from Drake himself. Known for his outspoken personality and no-nonsense approach to personal matters, Drake was furious upon discovering that someone was capitalizing on his name to benefit themselves. He issued a strong statement warning that using his identity for fraudulent purposes and impersonation would not be tolerated. Never think you can impersonate me without facing consequences. I've built a name, a personal image, and a career that wasn't easy. Exploiting my image just to gain attention is unacceptable, Drake firmly stated. His message not only served as a warning to Izzy, but also emphasized that in the entertainment industry, an artist's personal image and reputation cannot be carelessly exploited. Drake didn't stop there, continuing to express his thoughts in interviews afterward. Honestly, I don't think this is a joke. I understand that people may want to pursue a career by any means, but impersonating someone else, especially when you're trying to ride the coattails of a successful artist's name, is wrong. He emphasized that every artist has the right to control their image, and when someone else tries to leverage that fame for personal gain, it becomes unacceptable. While Drake was serious about protecting his name and image, Izzy, known as the Fake Drake, remained silent on social media following Drake's warning. The story between Drake and Izzy sparked buzz not only among fans, but also in the media. Many theories about time travel and how one man could look and style himself like a famous artist circulated, but things eventually settled down when Izzy realized that in the entertainment world, when Drake speaks up, it's best to listen. Although the incident died down, it left a significant lesson about ownership and protecting personal image in the entertainment industry. The story of Fake Drake sparked a broader discussion on how artists can protect their copyrights and maintain control over their image in the digital age. Many people saw this as a reminder that beyond talent building, an image and personal brand is just as crucial for any artist. It highlighted the importance of safeguarding one's identity in a world where information and images are easily accessible and often misused. With a solid career and brand, Drake made it clear that the authenticity and uniqueness of his career cannot be replicated. This is why he immediately reacted to the Fake Drake situation and delivered a powerful message that impersonating an artist is no simple matter, and that one must be held accountable. After all, the incident not only highlighted the issue of protecting personal image, but also emphasized that for a true artist, preserving one's uniqueness is the most important thing. Oprah Winfrey, the legendary media icon, captivated millions of fans throughout the years of her talk show. The Oprah Winfrey Show, which aired from 1986 to 2011, was not only one of the most famous TV shows, but also a platform for countless heartfelt stories and extraordinary encounters. However, on September 13, 2017, during an episode of the show, an absolutely incredible event occurred, leaving both Oprah and the audience in disbelief. Carol Woodall, an ordinary woman with an extraordinary story, appeared on Oprah's show. She had faced unimaginable challenges in her life, from being a single mother to experiencing homelessness. However, Carol's life took an unexpected turn when she discovered something remarkable. She bore an uncanny resemblance to Oprah. What initially started as a mere curiosity in her life turned into a surreal encounter when she joined Oprah on the show, a meeting neither of them could have ever anticipated. As the camera panned to Carol, she stood up and introduced herself. The audience immediately gasped in astonishment at the undeniable resemblance between her and Oprah. It felt as though Oprah was looking into a mirror, seeing herself reflected back. Everyone in the studio was taken aback, and Oprah herself couldn't hide her surprise. She walked over to Carol, her eyes filled with curiosity, and a surprised smile spread across her face. "Well, hello. I must say we look remarkably alike," Oprah said, her voice tinged with astonishment. Carol, a little nervous but still proud, chuckled softly. "I've heard people say that before, but meeting you in person, it just feels so strange," Carol replied. The resemblance between the two women was undeniable. This moment not only stunned Oprah but also caused a stir in the studio. The audience and everyone present could feel a unique connection between the two women, as if they were long-lost sisters reunited. That moment sparked a wave of excitement in the studio and quickly spread across social media platforms. Both Oprah and Carol were overwhelmed by the surreal experience. They described their feelings as though they were long-lost sisters reconnecting a bond that was impossible to explain. Not only did they look alike, but they also felt an uncanny harmony, as if a deep connection had existed between them long before. After this unforgettable encounter, Oprah invited Carol to participate in several events and television appearances. In particular, Oprah opened a completely new chapter in Carol's life as an ordinary interaction with the audience turned into a life-changing moment for her. This is a clear example of the Oprah effect, the power of the connections her show can create, transforming lives and opening doors of opportunity for the participants. This magical moment proved that life is never short of surprises and opportunities, and sometimes all it takes is an unexpected appearance on a famous television show like Oprah's to change everything. A woman from an ordinary life who had faced great challenges was helped by Oprah Winfrey to take her life to new heights, opening doors to opportunities she had never imagined before. It is a clear example of how Oprah's show is not just a platform for sharing stories, but also a place that can transform the destinies of ordinary people. The meeting between Oprah and Carol Woodall is a testament to the power of inexplicable connections, and a reminder that sometimes in life miracles can happen when you least expect them. The Oprah Winfrey Show continues to be a place where touching and miraculous stories like this are shared, changing the lives of participants and fans around the world. Rihanna, one of the most famous singers, entrepreneurs, and fashion icons in the world, has built a strong empire in the entertainment industry. Since the beginning of her music career, Rihanna has not only dominated the charts with hit after hit, but has also taken the global fashion and beauty industries by storm with Fenty Beauty and Fenty Fashion. However, Rihanna stands out not only for her talent, but also for her powerful personal style and her ability to tell deep, compelling stories through her music. Known for her strong yet captivating image, she continues to inspire millions around the world. However, in 2020, an unexpected event shocked the world. A 28-year-old woman named Priscilla Beatrice, a social media sensation, drew the attention of the online community and Rihanna's fans due to her striking resemblance to the superstar. What made Priscilla stand out was not only her physical resemblance to Rihanna, but also how she perfected every detail, from her sharp makeup style and precise posing to the signature attitude Rihanna often displays in interviews and performances. Priscilla's portrayal of Rihanna was so convincing that fans were forced to double-check photos and videos. The videos Priscilla shared on social media quickly grabbed the attention of Rihanna's fans, and a big question arose. Could this be a perfect copy of Rihanna? Priscilla's image spread across the internet at lightning speed, and the resemblance between her and Rihanna became increasingly undeniable. On August 17, 2020, Priscilla's transformation into Rihanna truly sent the internet into a frenzy. A series of photos and videos of her were widely shared, making her look like Rihanna's long-lost twin sister. The resemblance was so striking that no one could believe it wasn't the real Rihanna. However, the biggest surprise came when Rihanna herself joined in on the fun. Known for her confidence, humor, and candid attitude, Rihanna reposted a photo of Priscilla on Instagram with a playful caption, "Our Ofka 9 album." This was a cheerful nod to the anticipation surrounding her upcoming album, while also showing Rihanna's appreciation for the amusing coincidence. Immediately, social media exploded. The online community and Rihanna's fans couldn't stop sharing videos and images of Priscilla, with comments flooding in. Rihanna's followers expressed their excitement at seeing these two women share such an uncanny resemblance. People began discussing the coincidence, enthusiastically speculating about a possible connection between them, with some even joking that Priscilla was Rihanna's perfect twin. This created a viral wave across social platforms, leaving many to double-check the information and feel baffled by the undeniable similarity. Rather than feeling annoyed or inconvenienced, Rihanna embraced the attention naturally, with humor and grace. Not only did she share the moment, but she also continued to express her enjoyment of it with her fans. Rihanna's willingness to not only acknowledge but also encourage and engage with the story made her a role model for an artist who knows how to connect with her audience, not just through music, but also through moments filled with humanity and humor. Priscilla, although never expecting to become Rihanna's unofficial doppelganger, truly enjoyed the attention. Not only did she receive affection from the online community, but she also started being invited to television events and interviews. In contrast to the negative reactions that lookalikes can sometimes face in the entertainment industry, Priscilla was warmly and graciously received, especially with the support from Rihanna herself. This once again proves why Rihanna is not just a star, but a legend in the hearts of her fans. The way she engages with her audience, her authenticity, and her humor in embracing this moment is a testament to the unique connection between Rihanna and her public. This event not only sparked excitement in the online community, but also serves as an example of how a star can use their fame to bring positivity and joy to those around them. Priscilla not only became Rihanna's lookalike, but also received direct support and encouragement from Rihanna in her career. The fun conversations and Rihanna's warm reception turned what could have been an uncomfortable situation into a wonderful opportunity for both women. This moment was not just about their physical resemblance, but also about the connection between the two women, between two generations, and between a legendary star and an ordinary fan. The story of Rihanna and her lookalike has become one of the most memorable moments in the online community, reaffirming once again that Rihanna's uniqueness lies not only in her music, but also in her ability to maintain a strong bond with her fans. It created a humorous, heartwarming tale and served as a reminder that every artist, while being an icon in their industry, can also be someone who connects, encourages, and inspires others. Beyoncé, the singer, dancer, music producer, and entertainment icon, has long established herself as one of the greatest artists of the 21st century. She stands out not only for her iconic albums, electrifying performances, and unceasing creativity, but also as a symbol of strength and talent. Often referred to as Queen Bee or Queen Bey, she has captivated and conquered millions of fans with her long and successful career. However, at one unexpected moment, a shocking phenomenon emerged, sparking debates across social media platforms. This person was none other than Brittany Williams, a woman from Detroit who quickly became a social media sensation. Williams attracted the attention of Beyoncé's fans and the online community due to her uncanny resemblance to the music superstar. From her striking facial features to her posture, from her gaze to her radiant smile, Williams looked almost identical to Beyoncé, causing many to take notice. When Williams appeared in public, she not only attracted attention, but also caused small waves of excitement in the crowd. Fans recognizing her immediately rushed over, eager to take photos, ask for autographs, and many even mistook her for Beyoncé's long-lost sister. They were drawn not only to her appearance, but also to her confident, composed demeanor and powerful presence, which only fueled the speculation about the uncanny resemblance between the two. Despite the obvious resemblance, some fans remained skeptical, questioning whether this was just an imitation, a deliberate play on the uncanny similarity that Williams had intentionally created. Regardless of the debate, one thing was certain. Williams left an unforgettable impression on the public, and her appearance became a major talking point in the media. The viral buzz surrounding the resemblance between Williams and Beyoncé quickly spread across social media platforms, becoming a hot topic in the entertainment world. Not just a physical resemblance, Williams also captured significant attention from the public due to the way she presented herself. She adopted a fashion style very similar to Beyoncé's, and her interactions with fans were so compelling that people couldn't help but draw comparisons. These similarities went beyond just her appearance; they extended to the aura and energy she radiated. Social media posts frequently popped up, leading many to believe they had just encountered Beyoncé in real life. This attention helped Brittany Williams become a household name among fans across various media platforms. Her story piqued the curiosity not just of the public, but also of major media outlets. Articles, videos, and memes about Williams flooded social media, creating a buzz that no one could ignore. While Beyoncé continued to shine on stage and dominate the charts, Williams' striking resemblance to her became a special event, a moment that made many people pause and reconsider the strange coincidence. Despite debates over the authenticity and mimicry of this resemblance, Williams proved that her rise to prominence wasn't just due to her physical likeness, but also because of the charm and unique energy she exuded, making her feel like a perfect copy of Beyoncé in the eyes of the public. Although there hasn't been any official information about whether Williams intends to pursue a career in the entertainment industry, she has certainly become a hot topic, sparking continuous discussions about this uncanny resemblance. Her prominence on social media can be attributed not only to her striking likeness to one of the world's most famous artists, but also to how she has leveraged this attention in a very unique way to captivate the public. Ultimately, Brittany Williams' story has become an integral part of the diversity within modern social media culture. It not only highlights the marvel of uncanny resemblances, but also serves as a reminder that sometimes strange coincidences can lead to unexpected opportunities and attention. Whether as an imitator or simply by chance, individuals like Williams can still make their mark in a world full of differences and constant change. Michael B. Jordan, one of Hollywood's brightest stars today, has built a strong career with powerful performances in blockbuster films like Creed and Black Panther. He stands out not only for his undeniable talent, but also for his commanding presence on screen and unmistakable charisma. His career has been shaped by iconic roles, from a passionate boxer in Creed to a legendary warrior in Black Panther. Michael B. Jordan's position in Hollywood has been firmly established, and he continues to be one of the most beloved faces for audiences worldwide. However, despite being one of Hollywood's brightest stars, Michael B. Jordan is frequently confused with another celebrity, Nick Cannon. Nick Cannon, a veteran television star, has also built a successful career and has notable relationships, including his former marriage to Mariah Carey. Despite having his own separate and successful career in various fields, Cannon became the focus of an internet frenzy when a video went viral showing how strikingly similar he and Michael B. Jordan looked. Although there are clear differences in their careers and individual accomplishments, the striking resemblance between Cannon and Jordan has caused significant confusion, especially when they appear at the same entertainment events. One notable incident occurred when Michael B. Jordan took the stage at a major event, leaving the crowd baffled. Fans were thrilled, but also perplexed, unsure whether they were witnessing Nick Cannon or Michael B. Jordan in person. The confusion reached its peak when the audience began rushing to take photos and ask for autographs, prompting security to step in and manage the situation. However, the controversy didn't stop there. Rumors began circulating on social media that Nick Cannon had intentionally relied on his alleged resemblance to Michael B. Jordan to revive his struggling acting career. These speculations sparked a heated debate, causing fans of both stars to become divided. Some believe it's just a harmless coincidence, while others suggest there might be a strategy behind Cannon's imitation of the famous actor, aiming to refresh his image and create new opportunities for his career. The controversy intensified as fans began debating Cannon's motives, whether he was attempting to revitalize his career by leveraging Michael B. Jordan's fame. While some believed the physical resemblance between the two stars was simply a fascinating and harmless coincidence, others speculated that it might be a strategy to attract public and media attention. In fact, some of Michael B. Jordan's fans expressed frustration over the situation, accusing Cannon of possibly exploiting their resemblance to build his image, even though the two are clearly distinct in terms of style and career. This sparked a larger debate about the similarities between stars in the entertainment industry and whether relying on one's appearance could become a strategy for reviving a career. Although the true reasons behind this resemblance remain unclear, one thing is certain: this situation has captured significant attention from both the public and the media. In the end, this controversy became part of the story, surrounding the strange similarity between the two stars, evolving from a simple humorous mix-up into a thought-provoking issue about the interaction between artists in an ever-changing and highly competitive industry. Whether it was a random coincidence or a calculated strategy, the incident has made both Michael B. Jordan and Nick Cannon the subjects of endless conversation, drawing attention not only from the public, but also from those within the entertainment industry. Kim Kardashian, often regarded as the epitome of beauty and wealth, rose to global fame through the hit reality TV show Keeping Up with the Kardashians and her successful fashion and beauty brands. Her influence in the entertainment industry and the fashion world is undeniable. Since her debut, Kim has become an essential icon in Hollywood, consistently maintaining a leading position in the entertainment scene. However, an unexpected event forced her to face an unimaginable situation when a woman who looked exactly like her appeared. Camila Osman, a Brazilian model, became an internet sensation due to her striking resemblance to Kim Kardashian. With her tan skin, striking eyes, and bold fashion choices, Osman easily fooled even Kim's most loyal fans. The similarity between the two wasn't just physical, but also in how they presented themselves through images and fashion choices, leading many to consider Camila as a perfect replica of Kim Kardashian. Since rising to fame, Osman has garnered significant attention on social media platforms, where she regularly shares alluring photos, further convincing viewers that they are seeing the real Kim Kardashian. The story reached new heights when both Kim Kardashian and Camila Osman attended a major fashion event. The event left the crowd stunned by their near-perfect resemblance. When Kim discovered her twin, she was surprised, but not at all flustered. Instead, she embraced the moment with laughter, showcasing her signature relaxed and confident demeanor. Osman, with her humor and confidence, joyfully mimicked Kim Kardashian's gestures, turning this unexpected encounter into an unforgettable spectacle. The two created a fun and memorable moment at the event, leaving the audience and fans in awe. This event was not only a delightful moment in the entertainment industry, but also a testament to Kim Kardashian's unique presence and immense influence. It showed how even when someone appears to look just like her, Kim's distinct impact and legacy are still the focus of attention and admiration. Lewis Hamilton, a legend in the world of Formula One racing, has proven his extraordinary talent and skill through numerous resounding victories. With multiple F1 championship titles, Hamilton is not only recognized as a brilliant driver, but also as a prominent figure in global sports. However, one day he unexpectedly found himself facing a situation that no one could have imagined. Neil Davis, an ordinary man with an uncanny resemblance to Hamilton, caught the public's attention when he was spotted driving slowly through a town. What was surprising was the striking similarity between him and Lewis Hamilton, to the point where even close friends struggled to tell them apart. When Neil was photographed driving at a slow pace, Hamilton's fans immediately believed they had witnessed the racing legend casually driving, sparking a wave of excitement and unexpected questions. Within hours, social media exploded with photos of Neil, and fans quickly started requesting selfies and autographs, believing they were meeting Lewis Hamilton himself. Neil's images spread rapidly, causing a huge stir in the online community. When Lewis Hamilton learned of the incident, he was shocked. "At first, I thought it was a joke when I saw Neil's photo," he admitted. "I felt like I was being pranked. But honestly, he looks exactly like me from the smile to every little feature. The only difference is the speed at which he's driving." Although he never had the chance to meet Neil in person, Hamilton admitted that the whole experience was quite amusing. "This story is so strange. We can't explain why these two people look so alike," Hamilton said. "Although it's not me, this feeling is truly magical." The story of Lewis Hamilton and Neil Davis once again highlighted one of the strange and fascinating phenomena in the world of entertainment and sports. These tales of doppelgangers make us wonder how two unrelated people can look so alike. There are mysteries that we may never have definitive answers to, but these coincidences will certainly always be part of incredible stories that capture attention across media platforms. For both Kim Kardashian and Lewis Hamilton, the appearance of unofficial lookalikes has become a phenomenon that has captured significant public attention. Sometimes such strange coincidences can add an extra layer of intrigue to the stories, prompting us to question the connections between people. These phenomena not only spark lively debates, but also serve as a reminder that this world still holds many mysteries and surprises yet to be uncovered. Do you find the resemblance between these figures surprising? Which one impressed you the most? Leave your thoughts in the comments below and let us know. Don't forget to like, share the video, and subscribe to the channel so you won't miss out on more exciting videos. Thank you for watching, and we look forward to seeing you in the next videos.